All right, welcome in everybody. We have got a banging live show for you right now. Bondi just got the bombshell of all bombshells sent right over her bow by Trump himself in a very public statement, if you will, about her being ineffective, not doing anything. Got that for you. That's going to be a party. And then we're going to explore how the leftists are claiming that there's no leftist organizational ties to the guy who killed Charlie Kirk, which is funny because all the evidence says the other thing. But don't worry, that's not stopping them from crowing from the rooftops. I've got all that for you as well. Guys, get in here. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on if you want to continue pushing that freedom, defeat the leftists wherever we find them, and of course, spread that freedom across the land. All right, make sure you give me that audio, video 5x5 over here in the chat. And once we do, we will be off to the races because, guys, this one right here, this is one hell of a thing when you see Donald Trump going against Pam Bondi. Now, of course, Pam Bondi is the AG that he put in place. That is the Attorney General serving at his pleasure. And I can see you guys are just now getting in here, so make sure the audio and video is good for you guys, and then I will continue. It looks good on my end, but I just want to make sure. I'm going to hit a little thing over here. I love when the notifications don't go out too early. All right, no notification, just pure luck. Pagan Nova, I will take it. I got a few people in here. We're just going to keep on going. Everyone else can watch it on the rerun. All right, listen. This right here, I honestly, a lot of you are going to have some feels about this one. This is from Donald Trump himself. Listen to this. Just in, President Trump appears to call out Attorney General Pam Bondi for, quote, no action. Nothing is being done. We can't delay any longer, and it's killing our reputation and credibility. They impeached me twice and indicted me 5 times. Over nothing, justice must be served now. Now, this is an interesting one. Oh, Sal, I saw that video on his take on that whole thing. This is the interesting thing about this, and I do agree with completely, and this has been a growing situation for the past few months. We can't delay any longer. It's killing our reputation and credibility. That is very astute. Because it is killing the credibility and the reputation, because that is really important. But let me get into this actual document. Of course, that is Pam Bondi, the Attorney General. Let me show you what he actually says. Pam, again, this is in a Truth Social post across the entire internet. Pam, I have reviewed over 30 statements and posts saying that essentially the same old story as last time. All talk, no action. Nothing is being done. What about Comey, Adam Shifty Schiff, Letitia? They're all guilty as hell, but nothing's going to be done. Then we almost put into a Democrat-supported U.S. attorney in Virginia who with a really bad reputation, a Republican past. A woke rhino who was never going to do his job. That's why 2 of the worst Dem senators pushed him so hard. He even lied to the media and said he quit and that we had no case. No, I fired him, and there is a great case, and many lawyers and legal pundits say so. Lindsay Halligan is a really good lawyer and likes you a lot. We can't delay any longer. It's killing our reputation and credibility. They impeached me twice and indicted me 5 times over nothing. Justice must be served now, President Donald J. Trump. How do you think Bondi felt at dinner when that one dropped? Now, this is the interesting part about this, and I'll get back over here in a second. Good. Thank you for the audio video check. I love when notifications don't go out. This is the very interesting piece about this. Up until now, even through the Epstein saga, even through the Epstein botched interviews with the Fox News stuff, Bondi has enjoyed Trump's support. He's pretty much covered her the entire time. For him to come out now and say, Pam, WTF, in a whole lot more words, but effectively that's what he's saying, and he's worried about the reputation and credibility, Pam, you better start delivering, boo, because Donald don't seem too happy. But that's just the opener as we get into the other piece here. And of course, there's another one. To say this publicly, she's gone if she doesn't act now. Again, that's the implication, right? The implication is, Pam Bondi, you better do something or you won't be Pam Bondi Attorney General anymore. That's obviously the thing. And in the gun world, I can hear people excited already because a lot of people don't dig her. But let's move over to the next piece here, because this one is a really important one. Now, in the wake of the Charlie Kirk assassination, we've been through quite a few pieces of evidence. We've been through quite a few reactions from the left and the Democrats and everybody in that side of the camp and the way they're handling this. But now they're standing on this high horse and they're trying to crow that NBC News, not biased at all, just dropped this article. Again, I'm going to have some fun with you here in a second on it. But here's the essential premise. They're all going out and doing that arrogant, elitist condescension thing that lefties love to do. Would you look at that? Uh-oh, the right isn't going to like this. You don't say. They all do this. This is what they do. This is the way they communicate with each other. It's like a little, well, I can't say that because I am on live internet. That'll get me in trouble. But this is the whole thing. They think that no evidence found yet of ties between Charlie Kirk's shooting and left-wing groups, officials say. Now, here's a very important piece to this. Sorry. I want to be really crystal clear with you. I'm not going to go and try to find a guy's Antifa membership card because that is not the important piece to this. The important piece to this is all the evidence of which the violent extremist rhetoric basically radicalized this kid, and then he killed Charlie Kirk. It's not he was part of his Antifa little membership weekly meeting and paid his weekly dues and he was a good little soldier. I don't need that. I can simply say he wrote on his bullets, or oh my gosh, wow, not his bullets, his cartridges that catch fascist, okay? He told the interviewer and his transgender furry lover that he wanted to kill him because he had just had so much hate and you couldn't reason with that amount of hate. Okay, that's two things in the category. Obviously, I said the roommate-lover situation. And then the fact that the mother has also said he's lurched far, far left real quick in the last year. I don't need anything else. You partner that with all the extreme rhetoric coming from the Democrats about how we're all Nazis, we're all fascists, the chaos of a democracy in darkness or whatever insert platitude they put there. That's what radicalizes them, not the membership card to Antifa. But don't worry, don't let facts get in the way, because again, you got to listen to exactly what they say here. This is important, guys. No evidence found yet of ties between Charlie Kirk's shooting and left-wing groups, officials say. Okay, let's dive into that, because again, this is a really important language. I want to show you this. Again, this is all released the day before his funeral. As you can see, September 20th, 2025. The federal investigation into the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk has yet to find a link between the alleged shooter, Tyler Robinson, and left-wing groups on which President Donald Trump and his administration have pledged to crack down on after the killing. Again, they're talking about membership cards to any insert group here. They're not talking about him being radicalized by a leftist element in our country and the Democratic rhetoric saying how much Donald Trump and Charlie Kirk were Nazis. I don't care about the membership card. I care about the rhetoric that induced the psychopath to do psychopath things. This is not difficult. But these lefties are out here going, oh, look at me. It's just hilarious. But let's continue. One person familiar with the federal investigation said that, quote, thus far, there is no evidence connecting the suspect with any left-wing group. Again, all the evidence that we've seen thus far, I don't have to have an Antifa membership card. It's not difficult. I know what happened. Everyone does. Quote, every indication so far is that this was one guy who did really bad things because he found Kirk's ideology personally offensive. This person continued. Yes, that's the point. One person do very bad thing because other group Democrats, constant, consistent rhetoric and demonization brings you to that point. I mean, good God, our democracy is going to die. Our democracy is in peril. You got to stand up and fight. Time to fight him in the face. All these different things for 10 years. But yeah, guys, don't worry. He didn't have an Antifa membership card. So obviously, we're perfectly fine, right? That's all good. Going back to our normal, are you a Nazi? I mean, good God. Anyway, let's continue. Prosecutors said Robinson targeted Kirk, the co-founder of the conservative political group Turning Point USA, during the event because of his political expression. Now, guys, again, because this article is telling us that it's perfectly fine and there's no issue with anyone on the left because the left wasn't tied to this with any official membership cards, right? So, just weird question for a kid in the back. If you're going to kill somebody because you didn't like their hatred and there was no way to address their hatred, and you killed him for political expression, wouldn't that mean you were the opposite of his political expression? You know, I mean, I'm just a guy on the internet. That just seems kind of self-explanatory. And then when you put all your leftist ideology, then you put the trans furry lover weirdness in there, and then you put catch fascist on the cartridges, using the exact same language. The only thing that was missing on this was one that said, for democracy. I mean, good God, guys, it's asinine beyond belief. But let's continue. The FBI is frequently involved in domestic terrorism investigations that ultimately result in only state-level charges. As is always the case, the FBI needs a federal hook to initiate an investigation. Here it appears they are acting in an assistance to state authorities. That's completely normal. That always happens. That doesn't mean there's nothing to be found. That means this is normal. Charging documents filed Tuesday also contained a series of texts between Robinson and a roommate, whom police described as a biological male who was involved in a romantic relationship with a suspect in transitioning to female while also being a furry. I added that part. The roommate's identity has not yet been made public. Yes, it has. Everyone knows it. The guy's name's Lance Twiggs. It's been all over the internet. This is sloppy. I want to say it. Following Kirk's shocking assassination, which has sparked a wave of grief, fear, and fury on the right, Trump and his allies have threatened to come after left-wing advocacy groups that they saw as fomenting the anger that led to Kirk's death. They all were fomenting the anger and the rage and the outrage and the insanity. Everything. Our democracy depends on it. Democracy's on the ballot. Fight these fascists. Fascist this, fascist that. He's a Nazi. Hitler did this. Oh my God, I'm Antifa. Like literally, it's nonstop. But these guys they're so on it. They are so on it. Look at them, guys. Look. No evidence found between groups. So it's perfectly fine because now we can crow and say it wasn't the left. And that's the only thing that's on the left, right? Leftist groups. There's not any of the Democrat rhetoric of which we've seen over and over and over and over and over again calling us demons. Just saying. By the way, it also doesn't undermine all the celebration videos that the left had going around when Charlie Kirk died. So good luck whitewashing that one. Dave Hessler with a $20 super chat. Thank you very much. And guys, I appreciate you coming in here in spite of the notification failures today. But if you were just now getting in here, I want to show you something. Hold on. I see something I want to address. Hi, Lisa. Welcome aboard. I got to look back because that means something. Hold on a second. Lisa said my first time here. Lisa, welcome to the party. Welcome to all you guys. We have had a big surplus of subscribers recently, and about 10% of our subscriber load. And welcome to each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for joining the party. This is the place where we are spreading that freedom, and we're honestly looking darkness right in the face. So thank you guys for subscribing. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, notification bell on, and let me catch you up in case you were just now getting in because the notifications decided to do nothing today. President Trump has appeared to give Attorney General Pam Bondi a big old shot across the bow. If you missed it, rewind. I will give you a brief synopsis here. We can't delay any longer. It's killing our reputation and credibility. If you're Pam Bondi, that's not a good place to be. That's one of the things. And then, of course, she's gone if she doesn't act now, which, again, will be to the pleasure of most, chagrin to some, because a lot of people do not dig Pam Bondi. She really likes cameras, and she doesn't do a lot of stuff. She's done some stuff. I'm not gonna say she hasn't, but not a ton. And for him to do that is pretty crazy. And then, of course, you guys caught the no evidence thing, so the left is absolved of all guilt, right? Okay. All right, listen, guys. I know that was a shorter live, and you guys just got in here because the notification failed you. But I tell you what, I'm gonna see you tomorrow. I promise you that. We have so much to cover; it's stupid. And I want you guys to know I love each and every one of you. Just thread them out that makes you feel comfortable. My name is Braden. This is Langley Outdoors. We are having a party every day, pushing our freedom forward as the cutting edge of that next level of prescription freedom. And I'll see you guys on the next one. My name is Braden. Later.